Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at yet another wonderful mod, this time in the form of Vertidrones, which is being made by user Kentington. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game are tiny vertibirds, which function as autonomous drones, which will provide for you two basic abilities, which frankly are amazing. Now, the first ability is my favorite thing that this mod does, and frankly, a first for what I at least have seen from the modding community for Fallout 4, and that is the ability for that autonomous drone flying up in the sky for you to look through its camera. You can actually leave your body, have an out-of-body experience, and go and see through the vertibird drone's eyes, and that is awesome for two reasons. The first being, of course, it gives you tactical information about your surroundings, which could be useful, and the second being, I haven't seen a mod do this so far. Now, granted, there have been thousands of mods, so perhaps I've missed one, but to my knowledge, this is the first mod for Fallout 4 that has allowed us to actually leave our bodies and see through something else, with our bodies still remaining where we stand as that vertibird is flying overhead. I keep saying vertibird though, but no, they are tiny vertidrones. Now, the second ability that these things have is light combat support. A couple of the vertidrones that you can build have weapons on board and will help you in a fight. Downside to them, though, they're not exactly the most useful fighters in existence. This is the first release of this mod, though, so who knows, perhaps they'll get better in the future, but for right now, they die kinda quick because they don't have a lot of armor to them, and their guns really don't do a whole lot of damage. But nonetheless, having a gun up in the sky to help back you up is just kinda cool. So, now how do we build these drones? Well, basically like every other mod in existence, we use the chemistry station. So, once you find a chemistry station, you go down to the utility tab, where you will find 4 different vertidrones to build. Now, the cheapest of them is the Vertidrone Nuke, which is probably for good reason, because it is a vertibird miniaturized with a nuke strapped to it. It is a kamikaze airship. It will fly towards the enemy and explode, and then you no longer have it as a vertidrone, so probably a good idea that it's the cheapest of these to build. And now, to create one of these, you will need adhesive aluminum circuitry, fusion cells, gears, a mini nuke, of course, plastic, and screws. So it does actually require a fair amount of things to build, so even though it is a kamikaze craft, it kind of takes a bit to make them, which I actually love, because I think that this, not just this one, but all of them are quite well balanced for the game world. They don't require too many materials, but at the same time, I think they require enough that it actually is somewhat of an effort to build them. Now, the next is the Vertidrone Scout. Now, even though this isn't the cheapest to build, it is the most basic of all the drones, and it requires adhesive aluminum circuitry, fusion cells, gears, plastic, and screws, and the only thing this can do is fly around and provide you with an eye in the sky. It has no weaponry on board. Well, I mean, you technically could self-destruct it, which then makes a small explosion about the size of a grenade, but nonetheless, it's not really built for combat. It's built as a scout. It's for reconnaissance. Now, the next one we have to build is the Vertidrone Laser, and this is in fact the first one requiring any skills, needing rank 1 in science. And to build it, you're going to need adhesive aluminum circuitry, this time fiber optics, fusion cells, gears, plastic, screws, and lastly, silver. And then, finally, you have the Vertidrone Plasma, which now requires rank 2 of science, and then the typical adhesive aluminum circuitry, fusion cells, gears, now needing gold, nuclear materials, plasma cartridges, plastic, screws, and there you go, you can build a plasma drone. Now, these two are the main combat drones, which, like I said, aren't exactly great at combat, but they're serviceable. And again, for their fragility in combat, I think it is a good amount of materials required to build them, but not too much that it's painful to when you lose one. And I do like that they do require some skill to create, though I think actually I'd prefer if this had Science 3, this had Science 2, and perhaps the nuke had Science 1. But, oh well, I'm perfectly happy with the ranks as they are, as again, I still think it's, quite a nice little thing. Now, all of them have 4 weight, so you're not going to want to build 100 of these darn things. You'll just want to carry enough to get the job done, and of course they have varying values, with the plasma one being the most expensive at a value of 500, and the Scout one having a value of 300 being the least valuable. Now let's actually build ourselves an extra nuke one. I've already built all these guys and got them in my inventory, but you can never have too many nukes. And let's just exit and take a look in our Pip-Boy so you can actually see where these live. Now, in Inventory and then the Aid category, you will find all of your drones right in here under Vertidrone and then Laser, Nuke, Plasma, or Scout. Now, they live in these lovely little mod boxes, which aren't the most impressive things visually in the Pip-Boy, but once released, they will actually appear like a tiny, tiny little vertibird, and they're pretty wonderful. So to actually get them out in the world, we just need to click it. Let's do the Scout first, and there we go. It's exited our inventory, and now it is here! A tiny little freaking vertibird, and it will hover there for a second, then fly up into the air and begin a circular flight path around you. Now, sadly, we can't actually take direct control of these drones. They will purely just fly a circular flight pattern around your current location. And it also does take them a little bit to update your location for them. So if we move to the other side of the settlement, it'd probably take a minute for it to realize, oh crap, you're over there now, and start flying that direction. But overall, they're quite nice, and honestly, I really like them as a reconnaissance tool. So I'll just release it from my inventory, have it fly around, look through its camera, and then have it return to me, and just do that over and over again. Now, how we do actually look through the camera is pretty simple. Under the Miscellaneous tab, we have a lovely new holotape, which is the Vertidrone Control Program, and you'd merely click that, and we have our drone interface, where we will see every drone we have up in the air, which is a pretty cool thing here because you can actually have up to 5 drones in the air at the same time. Now, they'll be numbered by the order you release them from your inventory with, so if we released another drone after the Scout, it would be drone 2, etc., down to drone 5. And when you actually click on one of these drones, you'll get brought into this interface, which will tell you what the drone is and how it's doing, which, of course, if the status is anything but active, well, it's probably lost to you forever. And when in here is where you control the basics of the drone, which is quite nice. So from here, we can access the drone camera, recall the drone back to us, and it'll come back and put itself automatically into our inventory, and finally self-destruct to make sure they don't get in the hands of the enemy, or, do a little damage to an enemy. Like I said, all the Vertidrones will explode with the power of a frag grenade, except for the mini nuke. It will explode with the power of a mini nuke. And that is just wonderful. Now, for recalling the drones, you actually have 2 options. You can recall them individually from this section in here, or, of course, back in the main interface, you can recall all the drones that you have out in the air at once. So if you have all 5 out, all 5 will return to you. And then we also have a user manual here, which basically provides the lore for what this is and the reason for the exploding, to keep it out of enemy hands. Not the most useful manual, but well enough. Now, for the drone, let's actually go and grab its camera. And again, this is my favorite thing about this entire mod. Once we click this, there we are. We have the video feed engaged, and we just need to exit the Pip-Boy. And there we are. We are now seeing through the eyes of the Vertidrone. And this is awesome. Now, sadly, like I said before, we have no direct control over this vertibird, so I can't actually fly it. The only thing I can do is move the camera, which by either holding down the middle mouse button or the V key on my keyboard, I can rotate the camera around the Vertidrone to get a better look at the world around us, or of course zoom in and out by moving the mouse forward or backwards. Unfortunately, I can't seem to find a way to tilt the camera up and down, which would be extraordinarily useful, but oh well, what are you gonna do? Now, as for our image on the ground, though, if I can actually get the camera in a good angle, our body is still down there on the ground, on the same concrete pad we left it on. If I could get a good view on it, you'll see it come up on the bottom of the screen. There we go. You can kind of see our head. I'm not in the best location, honestly, but we are down there. There we are through the trees. Lovely, right there by the chemistry station. So we are there on the ground, and our body is still susceptible to danger as we are just sneaking. That is it right now. While you're looking through the vertibird's, or the Vertidrone, rather, camera, your character is sneaking. And if you want to exit the camera, all you need to do is exit sneaking. So whatever you have that bound to, click it, and boom, we're back out. And now I'm blind because we go from that green night vision camera to the normal camera, and oh yeah, that's a little bit jarring. But there we are. We have our lovely scout drone and our ability to see through its camera, which is pretty cool. Now let's, for just the fun of it, let's explode it. So go back into the interface, go and select Drone 1, and let's self-destruct the drone to show you that it will explode with roughly the power of a frag grenade. We'll get a confirmation here just in case, and yeah, just hit yes. Self-destruct command sent, and we exit. And there it goes. It went to boom. Now, of course, if you did that with a nuke, which we're going to do now because it's hilarious, it will explode much bigger. So let's release the nuke. There we are, and as you can see, its model is basically a vertibird with a mini nuke around it. That is it. Not exactly the most impressive mod ever, or model ever, but, you know, it serves its purpose, and that's really all we can ask. And it will fly around just the same, but if we encounter an enemy, it will kill it. Or, of course, if we want to kill it manually, we can self-destruct. But let's go back to the control program and see. It is now Drone 1 since we lost the other. Now, even though this is a mini nuke... Oh, which I love this warning. Unsupported third-party drone. LMU takes no responsibility for injuries or property damage resulting from use of this device. And even though it is a nuke, we can actually still access its camera if we so desire. So any one of them, combat or survey, we can go and see through its eyes, which is very useful. But what's most fun about this particular drone is... Let's wait for it to get away from us. Oh, no, it's behind the tree. I actually want to see it explode. And there is perfect. So back to the control program. And we can go and tell this one to go boom. Self-destruct. And, of course, yes. And explosion. God, I love that. God, I love that so much. It's great. Now, of course, let's actually grab another nuke and go find ourselves someone for it to actually explode normally. There we go. Lovely. It should be off and away. Come on, a little bit more. There we go. Away. And let's go over this way where there's this dog over here. I see him in the distance. Come on, nuke. Where's my nuke? Like I said, it will sometimes take him a little bit to find us, which you're seeing now. So he is in his normal circular search pattern before. Oh, there he goes. He's determined that we have moved. And now he has changed to this location. I'm wondering if we're close enough to this dog or if we have to get closer. I also should probably turn... Oh, no, I did turn on God mode. Lovely. Because, well, it's probably going to explode in our face, and that would be a bad thing for us. Let's actually just make sure that that is on. Yep, it was on. Excellent. There we go. I just want to be sure, you know, don't want to die in the middle of making one of these videos. And come on, let's find the dog. Find the dog. And... it may have to go hostile towards me before it will actually do something. Which is unfortunate. It'd be great if it would just go right into the thing because it is a deadly, deadly wild dog. Alright, we're gonna have to shoot it first. There we go. Come on, mini nuke. Do your thing. He's right at me now. He is biting. I'll admit, guys, I haven't actually tried this yet. The only time I've used the mini nuke so far is in the middle of a large battle. Oh god, here he comes! And there we go. So, you probably don't want to be standing right where your enemy is that you want to explode. That's probably a bad thing. But if you're in a large firefight with lots of enemies in the distance, you could release one of these nuke drones. It will fly towards them and explode them, and that is just wonderful. Now let's grab up the other two drones and see how they'd fare in a fight, which I think I saw a rad stag over there moments ago. As you can see, they are the same, just small vertibird model, and away. Oh, wait, oh, they're gonna go different directions. Look at that. Oh, I'm getting pushed away from them. They are in the ground. That is new. I have not seen this happen yet, guys. Like I said, first release of the mod. Yeah, this is actually the first time I've seen them do this. Where'd the other one even go? Well, we can find out if we go to the Miscellaneous tab, go to the Vertibird Control Program. As you can see, we have both of these drones out there now, rather than just the one before. And again, to reiterate, we can have up to 5 drones at once. And let's look through their cameras. So this one is the laser one, and he... Ah, there we go. He's resetting himself. He is in the air. Perfect, perfect. Excellent. He's flying a little bit glitchily and going down again. I hear the other one. Okay, let's go back out and try and see what the other one is up to. Alright, drone 2. And there we go. Oh no, it's in the air now too. They both have recovered. Lovely, lovely. That makes me happy. I was a little bit worried about that. I hadn't seen them do that before. So let's get them to fight. Radstag. Oh, damn, he's just going to run away, isn't he? Well, they are following, though. There they go. They are going after him. Oh, God. Oh, God. They're going away from me. That is not what I wanted. I should have used the nuke one on the Radstag and these guys on the dog. But yes, they are engaging the enemy, and that is what they do best. Though, of course, you could always explode them as well, like a grenade. Oh god, he's going really low. What in the hell is with these guys? They are doing some odd flying, but then again, that's just the flying AI in this game, I guess. I mean, the vertibirds themselves aren't exactly good, and oh god, what's around by me now? Oh lord, mole rat. Okay, that wasn't in my plan for the video. But yeah, these have been the Vertidrones, which are pretty awesome. I am really, really enjoying this mod. I am cautioned, of course. Still, though, let's go and see number 1, and we'll end the video through one of their camera views. Lovely. Oh, they are shooting. You can kind of see that they have they do a little muzzle flare, which is odd because they are supposed to be a laser and a plasma drone. But nonetheless, these are a very, very cool little mod, a first of its kind, having this sort of ability in the game. And hopefully it will grow in time. Oh, they're getting shot at. That's not good. And it's exploded. We've lost it. We've lost one. Oh, well. So that's what happens when they get shot. But yeah, if you would like to check out this mod for yourself, you can take a look at the link in the description as always. And I definitely would say to go and give it a gander, as they are pretty awesome little things. But yeah, that is going to be it for this particular video. I hope you have enjoyed. And of course, that you do come back for the next. But until that time, oh yeah, they're all dead. They are all dead. But until that time, thank you for watching, my friends. And as always, have a good one.